You know, my doctor always tells me that I should get more exercise, and walking's one of them. So for this week's Body Shop Buy of the Week, we're going to walk and talk. We're actually going to walk into our lovely booth back here from Global. Now, we've been a Global distributor ever since I've been employed here, and it's a fantastic booth, but not everybody has this wonderful of a booth. So our training center has this great facility right here, but we're going to talk more specifically about the filters that go in it. That's the Body Shop Buy of the Week. Hey, I'm Jimmy for Arnold Motor Supply, Auto Refinish Solutions, and Auto Value Stores. A little bright here. Of course, we've got our beautiful bright white paint booth. Now, when we talk booth filters, this booth is obviously a downdraft, a full downdraft booth. It has ceiling filters that you can see kind of behind me here, and it also will point down here. Try not to make you sick. You can see the pit down here as well. Air comes through the top, goes right down through here around the vehicle or parts that you have. So we're talking filters today. You would look at this ceiling right here. This is a blanket type of filter. Now what you'd be looking for, if you're going to be talking to your customers about it, or you customers, you would measure the frame that this blanket filter fits in. Now, not every booth has this type of filter. Some booths have smaller filters. We'll look at those in just a little bit. But for this example, these are blanket filters that go in the ceiling of our Global booth. And then down here, we have a roll filter. Now this could be the Global Wave filter, which is a fantastic filter. You don't have to change it as often, or it could be a fiberglass roll as well, and you cut to fit. So that's a pretty easy explanation when it comes to filters. Basically measuring and finding out what the size is of the framework or your blanket is key to your filter input. Okay, so I'm going to walk back here. We're talking about frame filters, and I'm going to go in the mix room. A little bit noisy in here because that's one of the beautiful features of a Global booth, or any mix room that should be on a booth. Can't have the lights on without the fan on. It's a great safety feature. But I want to show you the frame filter that's in the ceiling of this particular mix room. Try not to bump my camera wherever, but I'm just going to point it right up there. This filter right here is actually a frame filter. Now that's like a 20-inch by 48-inch filter. Those are the measurements that you need when you see a frame just like that. So those are the key elements. When you call us here at ARS and you want filters, give us some measurements. It's real simple. We'll look them up for you, and 9 times out of 10, we generally have a solid fit for your booth. So that's the key thing about booth filters, is finding out what actually fits in that specific booth. So get your tape measures out. Some customers will already know exactly what fits there. So ask them. They'll be glad to tell you. Let's go take a look at these other frame filters. Okay, before I get too carried away, I'm going to show you them frame filters in just a bit, but I almost forgot our beautiful heating unit for our training center booth. This is a monster, 1.5 million BTU. Now this baby here takes filters right down here in this particular cabin right here for exhaust, and then intake are right down here. These panels come out, and those filters are bag or pocket filters. Very common for an air makeup unit, or what do they call it? Makeup air unit. Either way, it's basically a heater, pressure. It runs the whole booth, that type of deal. So these are very high tech. So this is basically the heart of the system, and it behooves you to change these filters or check them at least once a month, depending on your usage. So make sure you check them out, save yourself a lot of money in the long run. Let's go look at them other filters. Okay, so we're still walking and talking. I'm getting my exercise. It's working very well. Now, let's take a look at our beautiful display we have right here. This is what we take on the road with us at times for shows and what have you. And these are all 20 by 20 fit filters. So this would be like a frame filter right here for an intake. These 3 filters right here that you can kind of see are all intake filters, 20-inch by 20-inch, varying styles, varying grades. So you can get a really high expensive filter for your booth, or you can go to a standard filter just like this one, probably one of the more popular ones that we sell. So that is intake stuff. Now we can talk exhaust, and the wave filter that I mentioned before right here. Why do they call it a wave? Well, you can see the waves in it. This particular filter is very unique in that it looks like it might be full, but it's actually still breathing through these waves. It's a great product from Global. Check it out sometime. And then also, we mentioned fiberglass. Now these are our fiberglass rolls. These are 20 by 20 pads. So you can actually take these just 20 by 20, and they may go in the corner of a booth, they may go in a back wall. That's with exhaust changes, every booth is a little bit different. So keep that in mind as well. So exhaust systems can be very different in certain booths. So once again, that's our filters. Make sure you check it out online, autorefinishsolutions.com or arnoldmotorsupply.com. Feel free to stop by the training center anytime. You can take a look at our beautiful booth. We can walk you through any questions you might have. So we're glad to help you any way we can. I'm Jimmy for Auto Refinish Solutions, Arnold Motor Supply, and Auto Value Stores.